Hello, this is Kyle, and I present to you my Google site. I'm going to take a moment to go over some of the parts of my site from this integrating technology class. I mentioned several times in class that I am not a classroom teacher, and that my experience has been mostly in professional development and college teaching. Nonetheless, I've adapted what we learned and discussed to an educational environment that is familiar to me. Hopefully you'll get the gist of what I'm talking about. So let's begin. So as you see, we have my Voki, the word art, the critiques, and Symbaloo. Along the left side, you have a menu. This is the group project that Vicki and I presented in class on integrating technology and creating change as a tech leader. As you can see, we use Nearpod to do that. Next is the lesson plan. Now, my lesson plan is for college freshmen, and it is on social media, how to use LinkedIn. So the audience, this would be an elective technology class for freshmen. It's part of the Educational Opportunity Program. So there will be about 15 students in the class who are a mix of Hispanic, African American, coming from moderate to low income socioeconomic backgrounds. There are a couple of students with learning disabilities. About the students, they tend to be digital natives and are familiar with technology. However, they've used technology mostly for social activities. The goals and objectives and standards, the students are going to learn what LinkedIn is, why it should be used, how to build their brand, what goes into a LinkedIn profile, what networking means, how to network through LinkedIn, and other helpful tools. The idea is to get them starting to think about their career, even though they're freshmen. Typically, they would apply for an internship in their sophomore and junior years. So it's good to start thinking about that now, start thinking about opportunities where the students could volunteer. And no better way to get started than with a LinkedIn profile. So learners will leave this lesson with a basic professional LinkedIn profile. Learners will connect with family members and friends. Learners will begin to explore career interests. Now, although the New Jersey Core Curriculum Technology Standards is not required for me working with college students, I felt that the lessons would fall in Content Area 8.1, Educational Technology for high school students. I believe that this lesson could apply to like the upper level high school students. I'll start the lesson by sharing a story about LinkedIn and how it has helped me. I'll share my profile with the students, and the central questions of the lesson would be, what are the takeaways from viewing my profile? Is it professional? Would it engage with someone in my field? Another central question would be, how would the learners want the professionals to view them? And who would their audience be, and how they would tell their story? So we would look at 4 to 5 sentences to convey their brand. We would discuss, and I would probably have a graduate assistant come with me into the class to assist, but also to take professional headshots for the students that they could use on their new LinkedIn profile. Then we would look at some fake LinkedIn profiles to discuss some do's and don'ts. Application, this would create their job volunteer history and accomplishments in their LinkedIn profile. They would ask mentors, colleagues, and friends to review it that would be their classmates for the purpose of this class, and ask for suggestions for what works. For closure and assessment, learners will reflect on their LinkedIn profiles and the profiles of their classmates. They will reflect on 3 things they learned about themselves by completing a LinkedIn profile. And then learners will find and share one LinkedIn group for students or possibly their career path or professional association to join. The technology that we will use will be Padlet. Learners will use the online bulletin board Padlet to comment and critique the LinkedIn profiles of their classmates. The assignment will be to mention 2 things done well on their classmates' LinkedIn profiles and 1 thing that could be improved. Accommodations and modifications. I'll use examples through personal anecdotes, provide immediate feedback, give checkups as the learners complete their profiles. Me and the assistant, the graduate assistant, will go around and help the students out. They will offer support with visual presentation, change some of the seating arrangements for those that we have a couple of students in the school who are visually impaired, and so they would probably need some to sit up front where they could see the visual presentation, and for them, of course, to use large fonts. And I will provide additional time to complete the assignment for some of the other learning disabled students, and provide handouts of the lesson so they can take back and read. So that is the LinkedIn section of my webpage with the lesson plan that I would use for professional development of college freshmen. The next page would be the tech grant. Again, this is for professional development. It would be potentially for the School of Diplomacy. And it would solve a couple of technology needs that we currently have. First, we need to make the programs and workshops more interactive and accessible. Students have complained in evaluations that the workshops that we are currently using are not interactive or accessible, especially for some of the students that are doing study abroad programs or are doing internships in Washington, D.C. for our D.C. internship experience. Second, we need a sustained approach to provide the skills that employed diplomacy grads use in the workplace, to better match the skills that alumni use with the skills that we impart beyond the curriculum as career development specialists who provide professional development of soft skills. The approach to solving both problems is through the purchase and use of a video camera, an interactive whiteboard, and a video conferencing tool. I propose that we buy this Panacast 2 with intelligent zoom with the cost of about $1,140. It provides a panoramic view of the room so that students can participate in workshops from anywhere. The portability allows viewing lessons, workshops, events, panels at different campuses. Seton Hall is about to have a nursing medical school. Well, this thing could travel to the medical school, and we could use some subject matter experts to talk about global health, one of the areas that diplomacy students go into. So this would be very helpful with that. And then it also increases the visibility, knowledge sharing, and accountability that my office has in the office, as well as the Office of Career Development. With the Panacast 2, there's a software license that we could purchase called Whiteboard. The Whiteboard allows for whiteboard sharing during video collaboration sessions and through the use of a video conferencing app or tool. This enhances whiteboard readability that will help students with some visual challenges. The next purchase would be the Smartboard SBM 87 interactive whiteboard. The cost for this at the educator's rate is $2,135. This allows for images from the computer to be displayed on the board. It accommodates different learning styles. And what I like about it is that all forms of media can be used with a whiteboard like this. From videos, photographs, graphs, maps, illustration, and games can be used. So you're really taking a look at how people learn and addressing some of those needs as well. Lastly, we want a video conferencing app or tool that could also do webinars. And LogMeIn Inc. has GoToMeeting, and we would need an annual subscription to that. The cost for annual subscription is $49 a month, which is billed annually. What's great about this, students can use smartphone or tablet to join a workshop or event from anywhere. Students can meet and share their screen and work together in a virtual space. And for us as facilitators, we can record our events and workshops to create a professional development library that can be retrieved anytime. So the final budget for my technology grant proposal would be $4,062. We would need one Panacast 2 with intelligent zoom at $1,140, one Panacast whiteboard license at $199, an annual subscription to GoToMeeting at $49 a month, bringing the cost to $588, and then one Smartboard interactive whiteboard at $2,135. In conclusion, the technology needs of the school will be improved. The experience for remote students and faculty will be enhanced. This also would allow for prospective students to experience some of the programs in professional and career development that we do from all over the world. We have an international student body, and a lot of times they email and say, I want to participate, but I live in Kansas. Now this gives an opportunity where those students can be conferenced in. And then the students will be more engaged through improved instructional design. Finally, this is my AT S'more and my digital dialogues. Thank you so much for watching. It's been a pleasure.